I have 5 dogs and they've gotten into fights several times. And before you start calling me a bad dog owner, I think a bigger conversation needs to happen about dogs who live in the same house getting into fights. So 4 of my 5 dogs are females. Yes, I know that's crazy. And about once or twice a year, they decide for a couple of minutes that they don't like each other and they brawl, sometimes pretty bad. To the point where like they have puncture wounds and so do I from breaking it up. It's crazy because 99% of the time they love each other and they're totally fine. They sleep together, they play together, they lay down together, and it's all good. But at the end of the day, what I think we forget a lot of times is that they are still dogs. And I don't care what you say, dogs will be dogs and they are gonna do things that they are naturally bred to do and things that are instinctual to them as dogs. I don't care if they sleep in your bed, they eat at your table like a human, you push them in a stroller. At the end of the day, they are still dogs. We've built these dependent human-like relationships with our dogs, which is great, but like the second they do something that a dog is naturally supposed to do or naturally does, we freak out and we like don't know what to do. If you have a pack of dogs, you'll understand, but I know there's gonna be some people that just simply are not gonna get it. They're gonna be like, why are dogs fighting in your house? How do they fight? Like whatever the case may be, they're not gonna understand. They'll say, my dog has never, my dog would never. You need to train your dogs better. But like a lot of times it's not training. You could lead like a military style routine and training program, and sometimes a dog is just gonna do what a dog does. And if you're in that situation, it's all about management. I spend a lot of my time managing my dogs, and specifically 2 of them. I watch their body language. I watch for any tension. I separate them if I feel anything happening. I separate them when we leave, and I try not to put them in situations where things could happen, but sometimes they just do. That does not make me a bad dog owner. I know what I'm doing, and I'm not a bad person for that. But I don't want to post on the internet with my dogs and act like they are perfect and they're fine all the time, because that's not the case. And I get a lot of people that struggle with dogs fighting in the house. Dominance issues are what cause ours. Females in a pack, that's normal. Dogs in the wild have dominance issues. Dogs in houses have dominance issues. Now, if your dogs are fighting daily or every time they see each other, that's a completely different story. And I'm not by any means trying to normalize dog fights at all, but I'm just here to say that they do happen and you're not alone if you are going through something like this. You're not a bad dog owner if you're trying to manage it or if you're bringing in a trainer to try to help. You're doing what you need to do and you are by no means a failure as a dog parent at all.